My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Gone Baby Gone. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I watched this movie for the first time like a decade ago, and I didn't like most of it. I just found it to be very boring, but then we get to the ending, and I was blown away. This is an ending that has stayed with me. It is an ending that haunts me. And as a result, this is a movie I actually think about all the time. So it's one of those movies that the more I thought about, the more I loved it, and I just rewatched it, and yeah, this movie is just phenomenal. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Casey Affleck is one of the greatest actors of all time. He carries this movie so incredibly well, and he just sells you on everything he needed to. A really great performance. Michelle Monaghan, I think, gives some of her best work here. She is really great, and some of her line delivery at the end is just so impactful. If you do this, I will hate you. Like, those lines just forever in here. Morgan Freeman, I think, was perfectly cast. He just brings this warmth that is absolutely necessary for his character. Ed Harris is also fantastic. You know, he's very entertaining for a good chunk of this movie, but there's one scene where he's talking to Casey Affleck outside a hospital, and this scene is just so well acted. He really does stand out. John Ashton, I think, does a pretty good job. Amy Wine, holy shit, she is amazing in this movie. Like, I've never seen her give a performance like this one before, and she was nominated for an Oscar, and rightfully so. Like, so great. Amy Madigan and Titus Villaville, I thought, did a very good job as well. So the entire cast is a strength, but let's just address the elephant in the room. Did he do the right thing? This is a question that I think about so much. I watched this movie with my brother last night, and we completely disagree. He thinks he did do the right thing, and I don't. Like, it's a difficult situation, no doubt, and there's just so much here to dissect and to discuss. And you know, you might think it's a typical kidnapping movie at first, but then it turns out it's a movie about morality and convictions and even how your belief system can change over time. And like, did Patrick do it to deliver on the promise he made? Or did he do it because he thought it was the right thing? Is he going to put an effort in being in the girl's life so she could have a positive influence? Maybe, hopefully, but we don't really know. And like, how much should we trust the systems in place? And there's an aspect of this movie about objectivity versus subjectivity, like going against fact and feeling. And there's just so much here. And like, even the scene where he kills the PDF file, he reacted properly, I think, and he feels terrible about it. So no matter what he does at the end, it just feels like a lose-lose situation. And it's just a movie where there is so much substance, there is so much thematic material that it, like I said, I only watched it once before, a decade ago, and I still think about this movie all the time. It's just that well written. But philosophy aside, this movie just delivers on the emotions. You feel the weight of so many moments and so many decisions, and it really impacted me. I also love some of the music by Gregson-Williams. That opening 3 minutes is just so beautiful. Like, you can tell that Ben Affleck has a love for Boston, and it just shows in this movie. And it really is a well directed movie. And sure, okay, like, it can feel generic for a good chunk of this movie, but knowing where the movie goes, you just pick up on certain dialogue, on certain ideas prior, but it does become a little convoluted. But I actually think it's a bit intentional. You know, like, you think it's this convoluted, messy thing, but it actually turns out to be much more simple by the end. And maybe it over explains stuff just a little bit, but it really doesn't bother me because I just think there's so much good filmmaking and writing here. Like, I think this is a haunting movie. I think it's a beautiful movie. I think it's a horrific movie. And it's just a movie that I love. It's brilliantly acted. It just completely works for me. So I'm giving Gone Baby Gone a 9 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Gone Baby Gone? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.